Okay, we're gonna try day 2 with our extra friend, lockdown yoga. So let's see how it goes. We've already had a full start. This one's a little crazy. All right, so come to a comfortable seat, grab some yoga blocks if you have them. If you don't, make do with something that you might have that's kind of that size and shape. Otherwise, just try to follow along without it. Just make do what you can. All right, come to a comfortable seat. Start to arrive in the here and now. Letting go of the outside world. If it's comfortable for you, bring your eyes to a close. If not, just try to soften your focus on something just ahead of you. Land in your body. Start to soften your torso and allow your breath to come down to your lower belly more fully. Really starting to land on our breath without forcing it. Just kind of noticing it with our intention, making it slower. And if it's helpful, you can say to yourself, I am breathing in. And I am very slowly breathing out. And then bringing your hands onto your stomach just below your rib cage. Allowing the warmth of your hands to just bring your awareness to this place. Bring some softness to your torso. And again, if it helps you to keep your focus on your breath, I am breathing in, and I am very slowly breathing out. And then connecting with the concept of our breath. So breathing in, I am breathing in fresh. Breathing out, I am breathing out things no longer needed. Breathing in fresh. And breathing out things no longer needed. Breathing in fresh, I land in the present moment. And breathing out things no longer needed. I let go, I surrender. And gently float the eyes open. Let's start with the hands. Bringing the hands out, open, pull them all the way down, and then take a nice slow circle with the hands. Thinking about not moving the arms and just taking your hands slowly as you can through range of motion, and then reverse your circle. Notice how much your arm wants to cheat the movement. It can be helpful to look at your arm to make your arm stop moving, and just take this into your hand. And bring your hands all the way down. Pull them down and then pull them towards each other and take little pulses. can hear kids in the background, one of the dogs is coming in. And then bring them all the way up, make a fist, and all the way down. Roll your hands over, all the way up. All the way down. And then let's take our head down. So get nice and tall. Take your chin down to your chest. Take your chin all the way up to the ceiling. Take your chin down to your chest. And take it all the way up. Noticing your holding patterns in your neck. Bring it back to neutral. Take your ear over to your shoulder. All the way back and over to the other side. Noticing left and right sides. All the way back over. And back again. And then let's start moving and breathing with our neck. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn your chin. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Trying to just move with your breath. Thinking about your breath and imagining it could oil your vertebrae. Finding some movement in your neck. And then let's make this movement a little bigger. Bring your arms up and move from the rib cage up. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist. You're very large. Back to center. Bring the arms down and roll the shoulders as slow as you can, all the way up to the ears, all the way behind you. Squeeze behind you. Hold, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pull the shoulder blades down, 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 and then complete your circle. And one more time, all the way up, all the way back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze behind you. Squeeze some more. And then pull the shoulder blades down and complete this circle. We're gonna bring our hands to fists in front of us. We're gonna punch our hands forward as far as we can, pulling our shoulders forward and then pulling them back. Punching forward and pulling them back, working through the shoulders, finding some muscles in the shoulders, finding the muscles in the back. Bring the elbows all the way behind you. Flip the palms to the ceiling. We're gonna squeeze. So inhale, give it a squeeze. Exhale, push away from you. Trying to find muscles in between the shoulders and in the back. Find your arms. We are limited movements. We're hitting each other. We're not practicing social distancing. And then bringing your hands down, get really, really tall with your hands grounded. And then we're gonna land the left hand, bring the right hand up and over, push the ribcage right, open it up. We're gonna reach and pull here, forming through the shoulders still. We're gonna use our shoulders a lot today. All the way up and over to the other side. Land the right hand, left hand up and over. Reach and pull. Reach on over, stretch up, come back to center, roll the shoulders one more time. And then we're gonna make our way over to a tabletop position. Whoosh. Voila. So once you find your tabletop, take some movement. Inhaling in tabletop, exhaling, sending the hips backwards. You can take this in a big circle, inhaling forward and exhaling slowly back. You can sway it side to side, find some movement that feels good. Start to land in your hands, really feel your hands on the ground. Feel your feet, your knees on the ground. And then come on back to tabletop. Get set up, nice and strong. We're gonna take our right leg back, even with the hip. Bend the knee, and take little pulses of the heel up. Everything engaged. Left leg engaged, right leg engaged, hip squeezed. Try not to hit a dog. No. And then bring that knee towards the right shoulder. Squeeze that knee, hold and lift it up. And then pulse the knee up, little pulses. No, love it. And take that right leg back, straight behind the hip, lower the toes and press through the heel. Find the back of the right leg. So much. Lower that leg. What that was. Left leg out, bend the knee. Little pumps of the heel to the ceiling. Left glute active, left leg active, right leg active. Pressing into the ground, lifting up out of your wrists and shoulders. Bend this left knee, bring it towards the left wrist. Little pulses of the knee. And then bringing that left leg back, even with the hips, lower the toes, press through the hips.
Yeah, I get some good technology that can take out background noise.
Pick up the dogs fighting in the background.
Oh my god.
It's like they took it as a challenge to be even louder today. Oh, it's cold. Lower that knee and find your first child's pose. Sinking the hips all the way back, lower the head, catch your thoughts, catch your breath. Fluffy. Okay. And then from child's pose, we're gonna move here, moving and breathing. So inhale, come forward. This time, come all the way forward. Bend the elbows. Start to work the arms in the chest. Exhale back. Inhale forwards, little bend. Exhale, sink the hips back. And then pressing into the hands, tuck the toes, and the hips up and back, down dog. Find a down dog that's comfortable. You can bend the knees and warm up, pulsing it out. Bending and straightening the knees. Finding your breath. Connecting with your world upside down. Bend the knees, look towards the hands, and then take 1,000 tiny steps until you make your way up towards your hands, feet underneath your hips. Forward fold, and whatever forward fold is comfortable for you. You can grab opposite elbows, hang out. And bend into the knees, let your stomach catch your legs. Oh, sorry, Boogie. And then taking a deep breath in, inhale all the way up. Bring your arms up overhead. Catch your prayer, bring it down to your heart. Breathe in mountain pose. We're going to move and breathe here, simple at first. Inhaling up, catching our foot. Exhaling, bringing it down. And then start to take it a little bigger, sinking it down to a chair as we come down. Inhaling up and exhaling in. And if you like to make it even bigger, you're going to come to the balls of your feet and bringing it down nice and slow. To stay balanced, you have to think about your low center of gravity, squeezing the core to come on up. And then bring it down to chair. Hold. Squeeze your core, soften your back a little, soften your shoulders. Bring the weight onto the left leg. Bring the right leg up, half chair. Hold. Bring the left elbow towards the right knee. Hold. Twisted chair. Active leg. Step over the dog. Take that right leg all the way back. You're twisted. Lower the right leg, bending into the left leg. And now, torso back. I love you.
Definitely practice more social distancing than we are.
Stepping over the dog. Finding a high lunge, finding a little balance, a little strength in your high lunge. And then we're going to frame out the front foot, press into the hands, send the left foot back to meet the right, high plank. Breathe and hold here. You can lower the knees. You can lower the knees if you want. We're going to move from high plank to forearm plank. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this with the dog. Bringing it down to forearm, squeezing the core, then bring it all the way back up to high plank. Down to forearm, follow the challenge. Nice and strong. You can lower the knees for this. Bringing it on up, high plank. Down to forearm plank. Nice and strong, squeezing the core. And then landing in forearm plank. Squeeze the core, send the hips up, and start to walk the toes in. Pressing into the hands, feel like you're pulling your mat apart. Arms are strong and active. You can bend the knees here, bringing the hips up even higher. And then slowly, 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 little movement of the chin forward and backwards. Little dolphin push-ups. Lower the knees. Send the hips back, child's pose. Catch your breath. Catch your thoughts. Dog is going to be challenging this whole time. Alright, tuck the toes all the way back up to down dog. Mind your toe. look towards the hands and jump, step, or hop all the way up. Forward fold. Take a deep breath in, come all the way up. High prayer for head. And down to your heart. Breathing in, raise your arms up overhead, connect your prayer. Breathe in fresh, and you're down to your heart. Breathing in fresh. Go down to your heart. Breathing in, I am present. Breathing out, things no longer needed. Resting here, sink it down to your chair. This time weight comes into the right leg, and we lift the left. Hover, strong leg. Bring that right elbow towards the left knee. Squeeze. Send the right knee past the left. Landing into a high lunge. Other side. Bring the torso back to center. Find your high lunge. Find a little bounce here. Find a little springy. Find your muscles. Find some feedback. And framing out the front foot. Pressing into the ground. Right foot meets left. High plank. And this time we're going to take hip ticks. So you can take your hands a little wider. Challenge your shoulders in a different position. Squeezing the core. Feel like you're pulling your pelvis towards your belly button. We're going to take the hips all the way over to the right and then all the way over to the left. Squeezing the core to do this. And the hips all the way back, down dog. From here, we're going to inhale and lift the left leg all the way up, three-legged dog. Reach from the fingertips to the toes. Stretch long, lift up out of the ground. Open up the hip to the side. Drop the foot down, bending the left knee, sorry. Bending the left knee, opening up. From here, squeezing everything you can find. So squeeze the core, squeeze the legs, squeeze the hips. Bring that left knee towards the left elbow. Kind of in a circle and then all the way back. Left knee all the way, squeezing tight, tight, tight towards the left elbow. All the way back, open up. One more time, all the way towards the left elbow, squeeze. And then all the way back, open up. From here, left foot, make Barbie feet. Pull the toes towards the shin, push the ball of the foot away from you. And then we're gonna bend this leg, bring the heel closer to the glute, and then straighten. Towards the glute. And then straighten. Squeezing the leg. This should not be easy. And then bringing that left leg all the way in towards the left elbow. Plant it down behind the left wrist. Low lunge. Find some movement in your low lunge. Find however you're comfortable. Finding the back of the front leg, moving through the hips. You can open the hips, close the hips. Finding some movement, nice and slow and controlled. And then we're going to bring our weight forward onto the left leg, planting the left leg, and then we're going to allow the weight to come over to the outer side of the left foot. Still active and strong, below the knee and above the knee, in the hip. Everything strong, squeeze it. We're going to take little pulses of this knee up and down, squeezing it. So knee goes towards the ground on the left side and then up. Squeeze, don't let it move too much. Squeeze. squeeze. And then you're gonna hold on to your blocks and you're gonna lift this foot. Lift it up. If you don't have your blocks, it's gonna look like this. Lifting a foot, pushing into the ground, lift the knee, and then we're gonna take pulses of the knee up and down. Squeeze up and down. Nice and slow. Squeeze the core. And then land that knee down. Then tuck the back toes. We're coming up to a high pigeon. So press into the left leg. Lift the torso up as high as you can get it. So now leg is active and strong. Now press into the back leg. So press the foot down on the right leg. And feel like you're pulling the right hip forward. Nice and strong and open. Breathing. And slowly pressing into the hands, tuck the toes on the back leg, lift the right knee up, send the left leg all the way back to three-legged dog. Nice and slow and controlled. From here, left leg is strong, right leg is strong. We're gonna releve this right leg, bending and straightening, lowering the heel up and down. If you like, you can bring your foot in a little closer to you to have more movement. Squeezing, releve. And then lower the right foot, left foot to meet the right. Find a regular down dog. Find your breath. We're gonna inhale the right leg high. I just hit the doorknob.
I was like, who's coming in?
Right leg high. Open up the hip, bend the right knee. Lower the heel behind you towards the left hip. And then squeezing everything you can squeeze. Legs, arms, stomach. Bring that right knee all the way towards the right elbow and then back. Nice big circle. Right elbow and then back. Right elbow and then back. One more time. Reach that left, right, left, long. Right. Bring that right knee towards the right elbow and step it down, low lunge. I missed something there. I'll come back to it. I remember what I forgot on that side. All right, find some movement in your low lunge. All right, come forward on the right leg, weight into the right leg. Push onto the right side of the right leg, so opening up the knee. And then we're gonna take little pulses of the knee. So we're pushing into the foot, we're strengthening around the knee. Pushing into the heel, strengthening inside the hip. So squeezing the hips. And then either holding onto your blocks or coming on down to the ground, lift up that leg. We're gonna take pulses up and down with this knee. Lower the right leg. Coming down to a pigeon. So wherever this leg is comfortable, the knee is comfortable. So no tweaks. Find a way to wiggle around. Make sure that this leg is not pinched in any way. And then lifting up. So pressing into the ground with this right leg. Right hip, right knee. Around the right knee, around the leg is strong. Left leg is strong and pulling towards you, opening up left hip. I wiped your head. Breathe and hold. Pressing into the hands. Tuck the toes on the left leg. Lift up the knee. Send the right leg all the way back to three-legged dog. Maybe bringing that left foot in a little. We're going to elevate the foot. So lifting the heel up and lowering. Working through the foot. And lower the right leg, lower the knee. Find a child's pose to reset, sending the hips back, surrendering into the ground. Breathing in fresh, releasing out things no longer needed. Pressing into the hands, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, down dog. Find a down dog. That's comfortable. Find your breath. Look towards your hands, and this time we're going to step the feet wide. So coming up towards our hands about mat width apart. Toes can point out. You can find your block. I'm going to move back so I don't hit Kaylee. Find your block, forward fold wide. We're going to move through the hips. So locking the feet down, pressing into the feet. Feel like you're trying to rip the mat apart. Legs should be nice and active and strong. We're going to move the hips left and right. So then we're going to bend the knees and move the hips left and right. Bend the knees even further, coming down towards everybody's favorite pose. Everyone knows where we're going. Bringing the knees down, bend further, lower the hips. You can do it. All the way down to Malasana.
That's just mean. That's mean.
Bring it down to Malasana pose, squat pose. So still keeping some movement so that you know you're lifted and not sinking into the joints. Pull your muscles up out of the ground. Find a position where you can hold Malasana.
There is no position.
And then we're gonna land our hands down on the ground just ahead of us, still moving a little, finding some movement in Malasana. We're gonna squeeze, lift our hips, and send the right leg through, hold. Little pulses of the hips, up and down, squeeze. Bring that leg all the way back through. Land it. Malasana. Find a little movement. And then I leave it to the wall. And then find your hands on the ground. Squeeze the core. Lift the left leg up and thread it through. Hold. And then little pulses of the hips up and down. Squeezing the core, not just moving in space. Make this work. Slowly bring it all the way back. And forward fold all the way up. Let go. Find your breath. hold your hands, bend the knees, and start to take little pulses here, bending the knees towards the elbows, lifting the hips up. You can press into fingertips, strengthening the fingers. Then start to releve the heels here. So releve heels, bend the knees, and then all the way back. Releve, bend the knees, all the way back. Nice and slow and controlled. Finding muscle. Take a deep breath in as we come on all the way up. Connect our prayer overhead. And bring it down to our heart. And then we're going to open up and take a big step back so we're facing sideways on the mat. I don't know which way you're facing, so open up so you can see me. Legs are open. Knees are going to come down. We're finding our goddess pose. Squeeze the core. Hold the arms up. You can take mudras. So index finger and thumbs touch. Hold. Start to find the leg muscles. And then we're going to pulse it here. Little small pulses. Slow and controlled. Legs are really tight and strong. Holding our arms out. It down, still holding the hands out, maybe flipping the palms, seeing which way feels a little better for you. Still holding them up and out, squeezing the core, a little tiny tuck of the pelvis. And we're going to releve the heels here, up and down, nice and slow. Down, straighten up the legs, and take a little shake, let it go. And then we're going to forward fold, wide forward fold here. So try not to lock in the knees. It's coming forward. The closer your legs are, the more you work the back of the legs. Further apart, the more you work the insides of your thighs. Forward fold. Another great place to use your block. And hold on to a block in a forward fold. You can take this passive, just hanging out, or you can take some movements left and right, nice and slow and controlled. And then holding on, you have your block, otherwise going towards the ground, fingertips down. Kayla's gonna use the block. Left hand comes down, right hand comes up. Squeeze the core, lock the legs, so you're pulling the mat apart with your legs. Slowly switch. So come up and then over. Torso up and then left hand down. Torso up, right hand down. Squeezing the core, using the core, locking the legs. Inhale up, exhale, twist. And then bring it back down to forward fold. Find where you're comfortable to let go. Bend into the right leg deeply so that you can bring your hands right down onto the ground. And then follow your hands around so you can crawl around to a low lunge. Land in a low lunge. And then crawl your hands all the way back. Land in a low lunge on the other side. Find some movement. Crawl all the way back through. Low lunge to lizard. So let the right knee come open. Right foot lands on the outside edge of that right foot. Lizard with some movement. You can drop the knee down. So squeezing now. Squeezing this left leg. Squeezing the right leg. Pressing down into the ground. Slowly crawl through and over to the other side, allowing left leg to come to lizard. So landing on outer edge of the left foot. Opening up left knee. Find some movement. All the way back around nice and slow. Start into lizard on the right leg. And then maybe lowering the left knee. Start to work that front leg towards your split if you wish. Otherwise, stay in lizard. Get your toe extended out. So working towards your split. Finding movement here. And then slowly coming out, crawling around.
Just gonna lick my other foot.
Lowering the back leg and landing in lizard, finding some movement in lizard. Or finding just some soft movement back and forth in your split. And then slowly coming back. Wonderful. It's really hard to focus with them. All right, bending into the knees. Put your hands on your hips. Inhale as you rise all the way up.
You have a good time if you use your dog as your block.
Yeah. Because there was a weight. Inhale all the way up here. Inhale fresh. Exhale, bring it down to your heart and let go of things no longer needed. A couple of rounds. Inhale.
She's staring at the camera and wagging her tail. She's staring at herself.
It's actually your dad.
Oh.
One more time. Breathe in fresh. Draw it down to your heart and let go of things no longer needed. And pause here. And then turn. Bending into the right leg. Come on over to warrior two. Landing in a warrior two, so find your base here. Opening up the hips, landing in a warrior two, nice and strong. Now we're going to take a big circle with this left arm. Nice big circle. Kind of open up and feel every point of the circle. Land in warrior two, drop the back arm. Flip the front palm and reach up and long. Reverse your warrior. You can tuck this back arm, left arm behind you, rather onto your hip. And then pivot on that back foot, frame out the front. We're going to come all the way down, framing out that front foot. Lift the right leg all the way up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, bring the knee back towards this right elbow, hold. And then lower the knee down, half frog. So landing in your half frog, you're gonna come down either to your forearms or stay up on your arms. We're gonna lift this right leg and hover it here. So lift and hover, knee. Lift and hover your knee. Lift it. So come on up to your arms, it'll be easier. Lift and hover, hover and pulse. Pulse the knee up towards the right wrist. Nice little controlled pulses. Hover.
I can't do it. It's
I'm trying to get to say find a job. I love you. Alright, pressing into the hands, lifting your toes, come on up to down dog. I'm gonna lift that left leg high, step it behind the left wrist, lower the back leg down, and come to warrior two on the other side. I'm gonna turn around so you can see. So warrior two, left side. Land on your feet, find your base. Holding your base, take the right arm, nice, soft, big circles. Land in warrior two, drop the back hands, lift the front palm, reach this left arm up long, stretching, open the left rib cage, you can tuck the right arm behind it. And then pivot on the back foot, frame out the front foot, press into the hand to lift the left leg all the way back to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, bring the left knee towards the left elbow, lower down, half frog. So then from here, you're gonna lift this left knee up and hover. Pulse the knee up, off the ground and towards the left wrist. Do you have it? And then lower down. Find your child's pose.
I think I got it on that side.
Find a child, settle in. Option to come to the back of your elbows. Bring your hands to prayer over your head and interlace your fingers. Connecting back in with your breath, breathing in fresh, and breathing out things no longer needed. The hands, bring the torso up, and the feet up, come to a seat, and then the feet out, lift the toes, no hands, lean back, engage the core, lift the chest, hands can balance, no. We're gonna lean back, hover the toes. So bringing both toes up, squeeze the core, hold. Lift the toes a little more. Try not to land back on the tailbone. Squeeze the stomach, hollow out the core. Breathe. Now we're going to take little pedals with the feet. Active legs, nice and strong. So many distractions. Breathe. Bring the feet down. Take your block if you have a block. If not, you're just going to pretend you're holding the block. This block is heavy. Squeeze the legs. Engage the core. Lean back. Lift up the chest. We're going to take this block over to the left. Back through center. Over to the right. Rowing left and right. Squeeze the core. Lock the legs, make it strong. Bring it over to the left, hold it here, lift up and pulse. Squeeze and pulse. Lift the left leg if you can, hold and pulse. Bring it back through center. Pause, squeeze the block. Over to the right, lift up and pulse it in. Pull. Maybe lift the right leg, pulse the right leg too. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bring it down. Release the block. Give your arms a shake. Get glared at by the teenage girl. Let your arms shake, flick them out. So clean your space. Let go of some things you don't need. Flick it out, let go of it. Bring the right arm across the body. Grab the upper arm, press the left hand into the upper arm back into the hand. And bend this arm, whatever you feel like. But just try and engage it back. So you're feeling a stretch across the shoulder. Bring this right arm all the way up. And then flip the palm so it's facing behind you. Bring it all the way down slow. Push the hand away from you as far as it can and then bring this hand behind your back. Don't push your hand into the back. Keep pressing your hand away from you. Away, away, away. It should feel hard on the shoulder. Should be hard work. Slowly bring it back. All the way back. This time, flipping the palm and bringing the arm, the hand all the way behind the head. Pull the elbow back behind you. Active and strong. Hand is pulling away from the head. You look like you're hanging out and not using any muscles.
I am. I'm just distracting myself from the pain.
Lower that arm down and take a giant circle with the shoulder. Bring the left hand up, all the way up. Flip the palm. Take it behind you. Palm is facing behind you. All the way back. Bend the elbow. Bring the arm behind you. The hand behind you. Push the back. Push the hand towards the wall behind you or behind you, whatever is behind you.
I thought she did the dog. She did.
And then slowly all the way back up. Nice and slow. Flip the palm. Bring the palm behind the head. And then pull the elbow behind you and the hand away from your head.
Stinky.
Bring that down and take a giant circle with the shoulder. Bring the shoulders all the way up to your ears and then pull them behind you as far behind you as they go. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeeze them down a little more behind you. Squeeze, squeeze some more. Squeeze them down. And then roll them the other way, all the way back in a reverse circle. Nice and slow.
He's just used me like a bridge. It's like walking.
Alright, so let's take our chin all the way down to our chest, all the way up to the sky, all the way down to our chest, all the way up. Come back to neutral and find your way to the ground. So we're going to make our way down to the ground. In between dogs, you have blankets and props. Make your way, find your blankets and props. Make your way down. Feet on the ground, knees up, and just kind of surrendering into the ground, releasing into the ground a little first. Take a little sway of the hips and the knees. Get the lower back nice and soft. Take a little sway of the head side to side. Get the neck nice and soft. And then you can stay in this restorative position with your knees together, feet wide. You can also bring your feet onto a chair. If you have a chair or couch nearby, it's great for letting the lymphatic system drain back down to your heart. You can also take full Shavasana, letting both feet come down all the way to the ground, letting your legs get nice and long. Once you're here, really checking in. So taking any last wiggles you need to try and let all the muscles surrender into the ground. Spread the toes really wide and then let them soften. Squeeze the feet, make them really tight, and then let them soften. Squeeze the feet and the legs, find some muscles in your legs, find more muscles in your legs, squeeze the hips, squeeze the stomach, and then let it go. Find muscles from your toes all the way up your torso, up your legs, squeeze the hands, make fists, make tight fists, and then let it go. And then squeeze everything, including your face, toes, legs, stomach, torso, arms. Squeeze your face, squeeze tight, 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 tight. And then let it go. And then get quieter and quieter. Surrendering into the ground below. Surrendering control with even your breath. Allowing your breath to follow its natural rhythm, breathing in fresh and releasing out things no longer needed. Land in that center point right in the mind, as if you could fall back from your eyesight and gently drop below the level of thoughts. As if you could peek back up at your thoughts and allow them to be as they are, without judgment, and not to get caught up in the story. Noticing that you can notice your thoughts. And get quieter and quieter, going deeper and deeper within. Perhaps even finding the sound of your own heartbeat. coming out of this pose, reconnecting with your breath. With its natural rhythm without force. Breathing in fresh. Breathing out. It's no longer needed. Breathing in fresh. I am here in the now. Breathing out. Release things no longer needed. I let go. Breathing in fresh. Releasing out things no longer needed. We cannot control the things around us. We cannot even really control our environment. I'm trying to let go of the idea or the concept of control. I'm just arriving in the here and now and letting it be. Breathing in fresh, accepting what is. Breathing out, releasing holding patterns, releasing the need for control, releasing fear. Taking your time, bringing a knee in at a time to your chest and rolling on over to fetal position, curling up in a little ball. Connecting with this pose, the beginning pose. Tuning into our heart center, peeking in at our heart wall. So as we go through life, it can feel like our heart gets broken and we build up this little heart wall because it protects us from the outer world. This heart wall works so well, it also protects us and prevents us from getting into our heart, our center, our bliss, our true self. And the practice of yoga is not that we believe that we should live with open hearts and walk around with open hearts, believing that nothing will ever go wrong. It is the practice of knowing that when things go wrong, we have the practices to tune back into our heart center, and we know that we have the strength to get through. Having faith in ourselves, knowing that we have the tools to connect within, find our true selves. Perhaps thinking of your heart wall. Maybe there are some things there no longer needed that you can soften and release. Think especially of things, harsh words that we say to ourselves. And then coming on up to a seated position, and your practice with your hands of prayer. Bringing your left and right sides to meet in front of your heart, this gesture of bringing your left and right sides in front of your heart, as if accepting yourself as whole and complete, exactly as you are. And taking a moment, a few breaths, to honor your own internal wisdom, your bliss layer. Connect within, so you may allow it to shine out. May we know love, light, and connection. Thank you so much for enjoying the challenges with our practice today. Now she calms down.
Oh, perfect. Now she's a girl. Yes. Now she's sweet. Now she wants to sleep. Yes.